And I've just realized how big Vaggy's nose is. I'm sorry. But like, look at it. It just stretches. Alright, we got a whopping 56 seconds to get through. God damn. So yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it.
Dearly beloved, it is my pleasure.
Boom! First thing, 2 seconds in. I'd like to address the negative stigma this song has, and I will say that for the first time ever, Mr. Positive, unpopular opinion, I don't like this song as a whole, as what it is, a song. This video is more or less going to be talking about why I love certain aspects of the song, and also how the song's visuals actually flesh out the world in a really great and efficient way. Well, first thing I'd like to address is obviously through the visuals. This scene of St. Peter slowly rising up into the sky is really well animated. Obviously, we know that this show has a really great art style, and the animators are just good in general, but there's just something about the way that he rises so gracefully in that moment. Even though it's only probably a few seconds, it's really great, and the visuals, like I've said, are one of the big reasons why this song, including the visuals, always including the visuals, by the way, seems so great to me, and that's why I have such a strong opinion and stance on the belief that this segment is good.
Say unto thee, welcome to heaven.
Now, first thing, this is where it really gets good with the visuals. We see a joyful and excited Charlie, but also a disgruntled Vaggy for some odd reason, and that's why it's really great to pay attention to, especially this bit, because that's where all the hints are into Vaggy being an angel. It starts in this moment, and then eventually ends maybe a minute or so after this song, when they go to that hotel room. So really, this song is the most you're going to see of those hints being dropped, so that's why it's great to pay attention to this. But now, the elephant in the room, heaven. What's really good about Welcome to Heaven as a song is that it introduces the world of heaven and makes it seem so glorious, lovely, amazing, a dream to live in. While us, the viewers, may be aware that there's more to this than meets the eye, Charlie doesn't, because she's never seen heaven. She's only seen hell, where she lives in the decrepit crap hole that it is. So really, anything better than hell would theoretically be more desirable. And the visuals of Welcome to Heaven play into that narrative. It's as if we're seeing it from Charlie's eyes, where everything seems way better than it actually is. And this entire song kind of emphasizes the way that Charlie views things. And on top of that, it does it quite well, in my opinion. But yeah, we see heaven to be this giant, extravagant megalopolis of happy faces, smiles, and wonderful activities. It builds the world of heaven and shows us that since its inception, that we see a flashback of in episode 1 where it seems quite barren, heaven has definitely evolved, to say the least. And just look at how big the world is, though. It absolutely dwarfs Charlie, despite her being closer to the frame. Just look at the scale of it, it's absolutely massive. And though I'm certain that without the song it still could have been done and would have been done, the song's just a nice touch and adds a bit of humor to it at the end of the day. So, you know, fun's cool.
Where the virtuous reside 24/7.
And here's another prime example. The main characters are so small down there, and the main people in the frame are smiling faces, having fun. Angelic beings just walking around everywhere, seemingly not a care in mind. At first glance, this is the exact heaven that people imagine. And though the song itself doesn't reveal much, it just builds that world and gets it ready for season 2, so it really does a great favor. Yeah, the song might be a bit iffy, but I think that the genre of it really fits heaven, and the way that the instrumental is, it's not a bad instrumental. I think people more have a problem with the lyrics and how short it is. That makes a lot more sense to me. Because obviously, you'll see in a minute, there's some questionable lines, to say the least, or should I say sounds.
People are happy that they died, 'cause here we got no...
We get more of it, a more close-up shot. Hey, hold up a minute, that angel kind of looks like Vaggy. Anyway, right, whatever. We're getting off track here, Cryptid. Come on, stay on track. Overall, though this song could have been done better, sure, for what it is and what we take it as, it's not the worst thing in the world. What it does in the concept of the show is great. We can't go back and change it, so we just view it as it is. It's world building and it does a pretty hell of a good job at it. Yes, the song's unnecessary and all that, but, you know, look, my point's been made.
Worries, got no burglaries, no strife. It's the perfect afterlife.
And St. Peter's really trying to sell the idea of this to them, despite the fact that they're not staying here permanently, barely temporary. That makes me wonder, what is St. Peter's goal or objective? Because it's just weird to kind of give an elevator pitch of an entire world to someone who he knows is not going to make it up there anytime soon. It just seems like a big slap in the face, and I think we can all agree with that. So that really raises some theories and kind of highlights the hypocrisy of things. The pettiness of whoever decided to tell St. Peter, because I don't think he did this off his own back, and I think it's Sarah, quite frankly, to act this way and put on this salesman persona. It just confuses me and raises loads of questions. But then again, that's a good thing because it gets us theorizing. And how the hell could I argue with that? Or how the heaven?
welcome to heaven. Oh.
Look at that, more. Not only do we see Molly in this song, we also see, which isn't really on the same level as Molly, but more of the world. The Times Square of heaven. They call it the promenade. And it seems to me, I don't really want to throw theories into this video, but I'll just say this anyway, that there may be some heaven overlords, you know, no one really evil or devious, but just some individuals that run all this, because who else would bring TV technology? Or maybe they're all on the same level. It's not like sinners to overlords, they're all just angels who help each other out. Hey, I just died and I'm an engineer, I can make TVs. We don't truly know, but it's worth noting, in my opinion.
Check out our sick decor, the spirit's there, then, oh.
Maybe also thumbnail, but maybe this is where it gets a bit excessive. I can see now kinda where you guys are coming from. St. Peter is absolutely going off. Yeah, he is. He really is. He truly is. But at the end of the day, we can't ignore the fact, like I said, this is my only argument, this song does wonders at allowing us, the viewer, to understand the world of heaven more. But just the way that he's constantly trying to convince and make things seem so grand and great, it just gives an off feeling to me, like there's something there that he's trying to convey. It's just hidden under so many layers. And I'm hoping that we'll peel back some of those layers in season 2. We'll do it in season 3 or 4. They just got renewed, so it can be anything. The possibilities are endless.
Please keep your brimstone off the floor. We've got the best and brightest, the politest of the lot.
You can actually see there that heaven wants to be so clean that anything that comes from hell is just not tolerated there. Peter himself goes down and swoops up anything that's even remotely connected to hell. That just says a lot about the world, doesn't it? You know, they don't want any traces of demons. That is definitely a Sarah thing. Sarah the Seraphim has definitely ordered them to do such a thing and keep it cleansed, because you can't have anything in their clean, lovely world with no problems.
And everyone is home.
Okay, I see the point now. Jeez, man. Oh my goodness. Really gotta get yourself together, dude. This is outrageous behavior. But then again, character designs, I do really like the character. Now I'm gonna go into the I like category. Not the what this thing does for the world, but what I enjoy about certain things. I like the way that the song's framed, you know, the way they make heaven seem massive and the main character seem small because they're little devil people from down below. And I'm also wondering, that guy on the right, how tall is that man? Are you seeing the same thing? He's like 9 feet. But yeah, I do appreciate the fact that they've kind of let the animators roam free with their designs, because a lot of the time, especially in this show where the character designs are so diverse, they allow the animators to kind of add in their own OCs and create their own characters to kind of put in the background. I think that's a really great thing that this song does, you know, it creates these heavenly characters. We've seen sinner designs created by the animators before, but this song as a whole gives the animators a chance to take a crack at a heavenly looking design. So the opportunities are open. I think that's great.
Gosh, I'm so pleased to show some outsiders around.
Ooh, here we go, the Emily part. Now, this is arguably the best part of the song if you had to pick which part. No one's picking St. Peter, only for the memes, which is why I'm gonna pick St. Peter. But yeah, once again, Emily's trying to pitch this for some reason. It's like, it's so great, I'll never want to go back down. And then, obviously, Sarah swoops in a minute, it's like, it's just temporary. You're gonna go back down to hell. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And look at Vaggy's face, she's so disgruntled, she just doesn't care, she doesn't want to be there. And Charlie's looking around all optimistic, and I've said about Charlie's positivity before, which people can say it's toxic positivity, but I've spoke about it previously. I do enjoy how everything is so magical and whimsical to Charlie, you know, that character of her is so divine in soul, you know, deep inside, it's a divine soul. It's just trapped in this body and this being that's demonic, and unfortunately, she's being discriminated against simply for that.
After you see around, you'll never want to go.
Okay, so Vaggy and Charlie, Emily, they have this little moment, a moment that always makes me chuckle whenever I rewatch the series. It's just a face, like, why has she got that frown and why is it so sharp? And I've just realized how big Vaggy's nose is. I'm sorry, but like, look at it, it just stretches. It might just be the camera angle, because normally she has like a pointy nose, but looking at her front face, it's kind of a bit witchish. Not to be rude, I'm just saying for the jokes.
Back down. Of course it is just temporary.
hey, just don't forget, it's temporary. Yeah, just make it worse every single time, Sarah. Just take a look at this conflict, though. We've obviously got Vaggie with her emotion that's going on right now, but we've got Emily kind of holding a hand, and then Charlie looking round in shock. It's very short symbolism, and I'm probably the only person who's thought of this. I'm just interpreting it my way. But I think it kind of shows a tear between the two characters, you know? Turning around to look at Sarah, she's quite negative, and she says things how they are, but then look back, right next to you, the one who's holding your left hand, not your shoulder, kind of not trying to pull you away. Emily's quite positive, and you know, it just the left and right thing, and it's kind of like Charlie's the split, if you know what I mean. I know you guys like long videos, so I want to drag this one out and just make it more entertaining. Hopefully, you guys watching this in the background enjoy however long this video is.
I'm sorry you can't stay.
Yeah, you're sorry, aren't you, Sarah? You really are. You're sorry. One thing I do want to add with the last scene is how tall Sarah is, you know? She's looking down very literally on Charlie. She's got her on the shoulder, and that's not something you do, you know? Emily's very friendly. There we go. That's the thought that popped into my head. Emily's very friendly, so she holds her hand and she looks at her in the eyes. But Sarah, she's got a hand on her shoulder, you know? That's more condescending, and it's childish. You're looking down constantly. Putting your hand on someone's shoulder from behind is a lot more intimidating and vulnerable than holding the hand with their consent, looking into their eyes. It just shows that Sarah is not really the best person because she's looking down on her. And it's that simple thing in the song that just shows us that, hey, there is that tear between those characters. Emily's willing to see both sides, but Sarah's just got this conditioned belief, and she's just not going to uprise against anything because she believes wholeheartedly that sinners are disgusting creatures and should stay where they were sent.
Every single day in heaven is a happy day.
Okay, this is a beautiful shot, by the way. Oh my goodness. The lighting is so good. This whole song has great lighting, but this scene in particular, it's great. I really like the way that this looks. It's so, I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of tickles a part of my brain that I enjoy. I'm sure some people would agree. I'm sure most people would actually agree because the shots do look good. The animation's great, and that's what I'm here to praise. I'm here to praise the animation, the more meta stuff, like the behind the scenes and things like that, and also what it does visually for the series. The song itself, even though I've tried to dissect it a little bit, is ultimately quite obsolete. There's nothing much to talk about. But the visuals, on the other hand, like I said, great stuff. Welcome to heaven, yeah! And then, actually, I'll play that, you know, the breathing. Anyway, oh my goodness, we're starting again. But yeah, basically, I love this song because of the visual things it does and the way that it progresses the story and the world building and all that stuff. And I hope this video is worthwhile and you come away from it liking the song a little bit more and having a more positive outlook on things, just looking at things maybe for the goods that they do and just acknowledging the bads, but you can't change those. You can't go back and change the animation on the song. So just look at it and say, hey, I don't have to skip past this bit. Now I know and acknowledge the good things that it does. So in the same vein, nor do I have to listen to the song on its own if I don't want to. But if it ever shows up on a rewatch, I'll just watch it, you know, because I know the good things. And I hope that that's what you guys will kind of adopt. That mindset is kind of what I'm aiming to bring. So yeah, I thank you guys for watching. And if you want to see some more analysis videos, how about Poison in the same twisted realm as this song? I analyzed that. It's just on the screen right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. Stay positive. Gabba!